Neverending Chain by Dragon Translator. Chapter 72. Two Minds, Same Conclusion. Thuggery grunted. So you be cowards just like the weakling? All the dragons growled. Even the Typhumarang growled, a low and deadly sound that resonated. Padrig moved to stand beside a calm and relaxed Steinar. Both men kept their backs to the growling dragons, and both men crossed their arms over their chests. The message was not lost upon Thuggery. He moved a step closer. Growls became snarls. Neither Steinar nor Padrig seemed concerned. Hiccup let the snarling continue for several heartbeats as Thuggery froze and went pale again. Hiccup cleared his throat once. The nest dragons immediately went silent. The Typhumarang, though not an ally or a nest dragon under Hiccup's command, fell silent as well. Hiccup was grateful the bigger dragon caught on to his ploy. The burly man that stopped Thuggery before clamped a strong hand upon Thuggery's shoulder once again. "We be getting that ill for your aunt, boy," he said, his voice sounding as low and as dangerous as the dragon's snarling, "and we be leaving them be." Hiccup blinked. He recognised the man. He was one of the three who had not treated Hiccup with scorn the day his father publicly reprimanded him on Meathead Island. Hiccup recalled the man had actually looked like he wanted to intervene and stop Stoic. Thuggery slung his shoulder free. "I be in charge. I be the heir." You may be. But your father said if'n ye don't follow orders, and ye bother Burke, then I take charge. Your father not be wanting war with Burke. You're not putting the tribe in danger because you be jealous and childish. You're to be chief one day, boy. Then put the tribe for whatever stupid thoughts you be having in regards to Hiccup." Thuggery stared at the man, and then turned to the other. "Bind him," he ordered. "Treason and treachery. Taking charge of me mission. Lying about me father's words." "He no be lying, boy," the second man said. Hiccup blinked again. That was another of the three that were not happy with Stoic that day. "I be hearing your father, as clear as I hear my own father. He done said Kieran be in charge, if'n you try to provoke Burke." "I not be provoking Burke," Thuggery said. "I be catching up with me good friend Hiccup. The shores just be butting in where they not be wanted, and I be putting them in their place." "All Viking warriors be knowing Steinar, boy," the second man said. "He be having every right to speak whenever he be wanted. And them dragons not care for you catching up." The man shrugged. "Sights, ye be no friend of Hiccup's." "Mothers be right," the one named Kieran said. "I be knowing what ye done did to him. I be no one done to stop what happened. Day your father named me general, I be telling the truth that it burned down Smithy, and you're all in it. He no be pleased, seeing how Stoic Devas be the oldest chief around, and be surviving that madman, while pulling your father and Steinar's father free of the rubble." Hiccup frowned. That was new. His father only ever spoke of fighting dragons. He never once spoke about fighting a human and saving those two chiefs at the same time. Hiccup made a mental note to ask his father about that when he got back and his father got over the eelpox. "Come now, boy. You leave Hiccup be," Kieran said. Before Thuggery could answer, a loud, resonating roar echoed over the island. The male Typhumarang lifted his head. "My sister has informed our father, the alpha of this nest. He is not pleased." They all heard flapping wings and turned to the source. Hiccup's eyes widened. A formation of 7 Typhumarangs headed towards the beach. At the front was a black winged one. The 7 landed in a line just past the rock outcropping Moondust went behind earlier. Hiccup blinked. The black winged one was easily twice as big as the others around him. Its wings had blood-red spikes extending from below them. Its belly scales and skull-like head were as white as bone, left to sit in the sun for days on end. The horns that raked back from its head looked as if they were as long as Toothless's body from the base of his neck to the base of his tail. Both sported blood-red tips. It let out another roar. The green typhoon answered it with a trilling squawk. The black one's gaze fell upon Thuggery. "Here be best we leave, methinks," Kieran said. "Da one no look pleased with us."
"Thuggery, actually," Fishleg said. "The typhoon's gaze is steadily upon him."
"If he returned to the ship, da one be letting us get the eel?" Kieran asked. "And I be going back to the ship," Thuggery said. Kieran wheeled upon him. "You be going back if it means it's the only way we get that eel, boy." Hiccup walked away from the group, much to everyone's surprise, since he heard draconic and human utterances of shock. He headed for the black typhoon. "What are you doing, brother?" Toothless yelled after him. "Sharp shot. Watch my back and let the dragons know. I'm going to talk to the big typhoon," Hiccup whispered. "I know he's mad at Thuggery after the male told him what happened."
"You picked up on that, Fishlegs?"
Sharpshot asked as he turned around. "Humans can't understand the old tongue, brother." "I can understand actions," Hiccup said, "and for a while now I can tell if the noises you all make in the old tongue are conversational, questioning, angry, resigned, and other things like that."
"Okay, that's something for Toothless and I to talk with you about later, brother.
But why are you going to talk to the alpha of this nest?" "They need that eel, same as we. They don't deserve to suffer the eel pox because Thuggery wants to be an idiot."
"Your honour knows no bounds, brother."
Sharpshot then gave a series of chirps and chitters. Toothless responded with a resigned-sounding huff. Hiccup grinned. Astrid glared at Gyda. Her eyes narrowed. Then her shoulders slumped again. She sneezed and curled her arms around her, shivering slightly. "I do believe in him. I can't let him down again." Gyda smiled, but before she could answer, Gothi wrote something in the dirt. Astrid looked down and closed her eyes. "I will try, and I will talk to him," she promised. Gothi smiled, then turned and set about brewing up the recipe. Astrid continued to shiver. As soon as the brew was done, Gothi dragged a wooden tankard across the normal-sized kettle she used. She then thrust the tankard at Astrid. Astrid sighed but took the tankard and downed its contents. She grimaced at the taste, and then handed Gothi the tankard back. The warmth of the brew seeped into her, and she felt the fog that was blanketing her mind start to clear. Gothi tapped her staff, pointed at the kettle, and pointed out the door. Gothi saw Gyda nodded and then whistle. Astrid snickered when Shadowfire, hovering just beyond the wooden walkway outside of Gothi's hut, stuck his head next to the door. "You rang?" he asked. Gyda let fire coat her hands and then reached over, grabbing the kettle's handle. She heaved it off the hook, transferring it to her son, who grabbed it with his teeth. "Take it to Gobber, son," she said, sounding slightly out of breath. Shadowfire grunted. His head and the kettle disappeared. Astrid heard his wings flap, and they listened as it faded. She focused when Gothi tapped the other kettle she had next to the fire. Gyda snorted but placed it upon the hook. Gothi moved over and began brewing the part destined for Meathead Island. Astrid, remembering what had happened to Hiccup on that island, was half tempted to stop the healer, but knew that would be wrong. The rest of the tribe did not deserve to suffer just because of the actions of an idiot. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. I like that one. Hiccup showing his utter honour and bravery by going down to the dragons. And the others all being like, "Okay, big dragon, if he goes away, can we get the medicine, please?" And like, yeah, you don't mess with these people, okay? And Astrid and Hiccup both independently coming to the conclusion that the meatheads don't deserve to suffer because Thuggery was being stupid. Okay, couple goals. Honestly, I've said it once, I'll say it again, Percabeth and Hickstred, but they are by far and away the healthiest relationships I've ever seen. In fiction, at least. So many romances these days are dark or twisted or have creepy age gaps, and I'm just like, no, just give me two people who are the same age and who love each other. Like, healthily. Ugh. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, girls and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.